Hi, everyone, and welcome back. My guest today is Don Peterson. Arriving in Victoria in 1969, guitarist Don Peterson quickly became part of Victoria's musical heartbeat. Performing in clubs and on cruise ships, Don's passion for music has never slowed down. Over the years, he's also shared his knowledge with countless students in multiple teaching studios around town, and today he's still lighting up local stages with his powerhouse band, Don Peterson and the Tone Rangers. I'm eager to talk to Don about his remarkable journey, the early days, the road stories, and what continues to inspire him after a lifetime of music. So please welcome Don Peterson. Welcome back, everyone. My guest today is Don Peterson. Donnie, thanks for coming down and spending some time chatting. I know you're a busy guy. You got a number of bands you work in, and we'll hit on some of those and talk about some of that stuff. Your main band, Don Peterson and the Tone Rangers.
It's
one of your current ones.
It's one of the current bands. Yeah.
Right. For starters, though, I'd like to start a conversation talking about. You recently were in the studio with Mick Delavie working on a new song.
Yeah.
Mick Delavie, as you know, and many of you out there may know him too. He's an incredibly talented guy, hugely successful in the music business, played with Randy Bachman for over 20 years, recently did some touring with Tom Cochrane and many other things he's done over the years. Super talented guy. Tell me, what was that like recording in his? You were in his home studio then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Mick and his family have moved. They live sort of off a Langford Lake, basically.
Oh, okay.
And they've left the mainland and moved here.
Yeah.
And I was getting a few calls to do some guitar parts on other people's songs.
Oh, okay.
And got to know him. He's an easy guy to get to know.
He is a nice guy, yeah.
Very mellow. And I just mentioned to him I got a tune I'd like to record, and he said, play it. And he said, let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was that easy.
Yeah. And he played a lot of the instruments as well, didn't he?
Yeah. I did the guitar. I wrote the song. I sang. Mick did the drums, the bass, the keyboards, backup vocals. Rhonda Aiken also did some of the backing vocals.
Yep.
And of course, he did all of the recording and the mixing and all of that kind of stuff. We kind of did that a little bit.
Yeah.
Can you turn this up? Can you turn that down?
Yeah, it's such a great song. It turned out really, really well. Thanks for sending it to me, and gave it a listen. And you get it in your head. For 3 or 4 hours, the tune goes over and over in my head, which is a sign of a good song when you can't forget it. So
I still write songs.
Are you working on a CD or anything?
Not really.
No?
Just I've got another song. It's not quite finished, but I'll probably do it at Mix as well.
Right.
Yeah, because it's a very comfortable place to record.
Right.
Yeah. Right. For me.
Yeah. What's the name of his studio?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I think I heard it might be Lakeshore Studios or something. I'm not sure, though.
I don't know. We've never talked about that.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Right. But in other recordings you've done previously, you used to be in a band called Messenger.
Yeah.
And that sold quite huge in Europe even, didn't it?
Well, it did well. That's a big story.
Yeah.
That was the first record. And I wrote all the songs on that, and we had some fellas putting some money into it. And what happened was, and this was there's groups in Vancouver that were trying to take advantage of this too. There was a little record company in Germany called Long Island Records.
Okay,
and I'd never heard of them, but they were somehow connected with some of these players in Vancouver.
Oh.
And they were trying to promote their stuff over in Europe. And I got my CD there, and what happened there was we sent 50 over a box of CDs, and they all sold, and then they ordered more.
Right.
And we wound up, I think we sold, it was not huge numbers, but it was a few thousand.
Yeah, well, that's great.
And we got a write-up in a Scandinavian rock magazine, and
right.
And at that point, we're pretty wet behind the ears. We just assumed, okay, we're going to make it.
Yeah, right. Sure.
We didn't have management. We didn't have anybody that knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
We didn't have anything other than
we're going to the top.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And so it kind of faltered.
Yeah.
After a while, we did make a second CD.
Yeah.
The original singer wasn't involved. He had a family and newborn, and we got a different singer. And I still maintain it's a good record, but it didn't sell very well. By that time, everybody had a CD.
Yeah.
So it would get lost in the mix of thousands and thousands of other projects.
What about is Spotify anything that your music's played on?
One of my projects is on Spotify, the Don Peterson project.
Oh, okay.
And that was all recorded here in Victoria.
Oh, yeah.
At Tim Zarowski's. I don't know how many people listen to it, but it's there.
Yeah, right.
And
yeah.
There's some good music on it, and there's a lot of different styles on there. And
on Spotify, you mean?
On that project on Spotify.
Oh, I see. Right.
It's not all just me and Rhonda singing. I've got there's a couple of country type songs on it. Henry Crevier, I don't know if you remember him.
I don't remember
He's
him.
an Nanaimo guy, fantastic bass player, singer.
Right.
He did a couple of songs on there. I'm really happy with what he did. And
right.
And Brendan Headley's playing piano on there, the late Brendan Headley.
Yeah, sadly he's passed away. Yeah.
And
great player.
He did a lot of great stuff on there.
Nice. Yeah. Good. Well, let's go back to the beginning. Where were you born? Were you born in Victoria?
Edmonton.
Oh, Edmonton. Okay. Yeah. And I understand you arrived in Victoria around 1969.
Yep.
A time when the music scene was really, really beginning to take shape. What was your impression of the music scene in Victoria when you arrived? Were you aware of what's going on? Or?
Well, not so much because I didn't even play an instrument at that
and
point.
You're pretty young and stuff.
But, I heard Born to Be Wild, and I thought that was pretty hot.
That was a great song.
So that's the era.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I certainly was into the rock and roll and all of that. And then what happened was some guitar lessons. I didn't do very well, and my brother did better, my older brother.
Right.
And
you took lessons. I did a bit of a deep dive on you online. At Art Halls?
Yeah, that's right, on Cook Street.
Yeah.
Every Saturday.
Oh, okay. Now, he was, that was before my time of arriving in Victoria, so I never met him, but he was his name came up online too, and it appears that he was quite the legend in Victoria.
Oh, yeah, he was into jazz.
Yeah.
And old, West Montgomery kind of guitar playing.
Is that what he was trying to teach you? Or?
No, we were nowhere near that.
Yeah,
it was Mel Bay books.
Oh, okay. Yep, sure.
This is a C chord, and
right,
and just the very, very beginning of learning.
Yeah.
But
sadly, Art got ill, went back east, and passed away. Unfortunately,
that's correct. Yeah,
but he was. It's quite a bit of interesting stuff online about him. Now, in those early days, taking lessons, what was the spark that made you want to get into music?
Well, that's a good question. I didn't show a lot of promise at first.
Right.
Art Hall told my mom, "Your older son is doing well, and Don isn't."
Not so much. Yeah.
Don shows no interest. I was only.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if I was 10 even.
Yeah.
And but I found my brother's guitar in the basement years later.
Right.
and started bashing on it. And,
Oh, okay.
And a friend of mine had been taking lessons, and I would go to his place after, and it just kind of took off from there.
Right. Oh, okay. So no one moment,
No.
like seeing the Beatles on Ed Sullivan's show, that started a lot of people getting into music.
I did see it.
Yeah, I did too, and I wanted a guitar right away after that. So that's very interesting. Now, in the early days in Victoria, going back to the time we're talking about, I wasn't here as I mentioned, but there were places like I read the Blacklight A Go-Go.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever go there?
Yes, and I believe that was down on Wharf Street.
Okay, I didn't see an address, but
it was before. It was certainly before Harpo's. It was before the Sunset Cabaret. It was before Oli's. It was one of the
early days. Yeah,
early days, and
were you a player at that time?
No, just sort of touching on it.
Yeah.
But I was certainly interested in the sound of the guitar.
Right. Yeah. So that probably sparked a little bit of, hey, I want to do that kind of thing, possibly.
Well, and my brother was kind of still messing around with it a little bit, and him and his buddy Bob Rowe. I don't know if you remember Bob Rowe.
I don't remember him. No.
He was playing with Muddy Fraser over in Vancouver. He owns a company now that provides the dinners and that for people at the Coliseum.
Oh,
and that
okay.
He's
nice.
That he's changed his thing. That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
But anyway, him and he was a drummer. Then he had a band called the St. Vitus Dance Band, and all of this. They were rehearsing in some form or another in my mom's basement.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up because I read about that a little bit. Bands were rehearsing in your mom's basement.
Well, bands, wannabe bands,
jam sessions, kind of
making a racket.
And did any of that get you a little bit more motivated to get into music? Sure.
I was interested. They were all 3 or 4 years older than me, so I was the kid brother, right?
Yeah.
But I was interested in it, and it seemed pretty exciting.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Music is, yeah, excellent. So what was the name of your first band? Do you remember?
Oh boy, I'll tell you this: the first gig I ever did was in the church hall on Burdett Street. I think it was a scout thing for a bunch of scouts or something. Anyway. And that was that band was Primeval Road.
Oh, okay.
That was the name of that band.
Yeah.
And that was with Bruce Davies.
I know
if you remember
Bruce
Davies.
I know him very well.
We've known each other that long, and that was our first gig.
So he's on bass guitar then.
Yeah.
Now Burdett, that's right out here. Was that the church just down the street?
Burdett is off of Cook Street.
Oh, okay. Up that way, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, or am I thinking of Balmoral? I don't know.
Yeah, could be.
It's all lost in the mists of time.
We're on the corner of Blanchard and Burdett.
Okay, so I'm thinking Balmoral.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought you were just playing down the street.
This is what happens.
Funny. Yeah. So were you trying to get a particular sound in the band, or was it just, hey, I just want to play? When you were starting out there, the first band?
You mean, for instance, that band?
That band, yeah.
I was playing, I'd learned a little bit, and I played a Gibson SG.
Oh, nice.
And I was playing some of the lead. I had 2 guitar players, so we would trade off and that.
So you were getting pretty good then.
Yeah.
And Bruce is really an excellent
so.
bass player.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And we were all at about the same level at that point.
Yeah.
And it was just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've played around Victoria a lot.
Yeah.
And Vancouver, even Edmonton, and cruise ships as well.
Yeah.
Now,
Cruise ships.
What was that experience like on cruise ships?
It was interesting.
Yeah.
The first one was out of New Orleans.
Oh, wow.
And that one would take us to Cozumel, which is an island off of Mexico.
Wow.
And Jamaica.
Yeah.
And and
beautiful. Wow.
Yeah, and that was good. And the thing I liked about that one was on a Saturday we would get back to New Orleans on the Mississippi, and it would be that's where the boat would dock.
Mm-hmm.
That was called a river run.
Oh, okay.
And then we would have all Saturday night and all Sunday to do whatever we want in New Orleans.
Fantastic.
And it was really great.
Yeah. It's
In
a
fact,
great city. Yeah.
And that was 3 months. And I liked it so much, I was thinking, I could live here.
Yeah.
And I had made friends with some two guys that owned a music store in the Garden District there, and I said to them, "Do you guys have lessons?" And they looked at me like, "No, why would we do that?" And I said, "Well,
it's good for business."
I just thought I could work my way into this town, but
yeah, it's a beautiful city. My wife and I were down there, not sure, 4 or 5 years ago. I think it was before COVID, so I guess it was longer than that. We went on a steamship cruise from New Orleans to Memphis, up the muddy Mississippi. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
The music in New Orleans was everywhere.
Yeah.
Same with Memphis. So.
I will say this about the music, though, having been there for 3 months, it wasn't necessarily better than what we've got up here.
Yeah, I mean, our scene up here, I say it all the time.
It's just
huge.
as good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you've played through the years so many different genres of music. I know you do blues. I saw you recently in the Inner Harbor Blues and Roots Festival.
Yeah.
Great show.
Yeah.
That was the Don Peterson and Tone Rangers. Tom Lang was on keyboards, and he's an extremely talented guy. As a matter of fact, he was on the last episode sitting in that very chair just last month. And so you do blues, you're in country bands. You kind of do it all. And I even read somewhere that on occasion you'll do 3 shows in the same day, different types of music. How do you
it's happened.
That? Yeah.
It wouldn't be something that I would
regularly
go out
do.
And choose.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so. Like, first of all, where would you get the energy?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, it might have been a long time ago when I had the energy.
Yeah. I hear you on that one.
Yeah.
But so what inspires you to play all that different types of music? Is it that's what you have to do to perform in Victoria and make money, or it's just you just love all types of music?
Well, how do I answer that? I like, what, you say I play all of these different styles of music, but actually I can play rock and roll, blues, which are similar.
Yep.
And country, which is similar too, in a sense. It all falls. If you put me up and said, okay, we're going to do these jazz songs, you'd leave me in the dust, really, because I could learn to do it, but it's not I like listening to people play it, but I don't necessarily want to be a jazz player myself.
It's a totally different kind of style for sure, yeah. So is there a performance or a musical experience that pops out on you to make you think that this is what I really want to do? I want to play music for the rest of my life and try and make a living at it?
I'm gonna come at this from the back door.
Yeah, please do. Yeah.
And so here's what happened. I was living in Vancouver, playing 6 nights a week, as you could.
Yeah, back then, yeah.
But I was getting a weekly phone call from my mom, and as moms do, she's, but what if you don't become a rock star?
Right, yeah.
And what are you going to do? You're young now, but and that's what moms do because they love their kids and they want them to do well, and they're a little bit concerned. So she finally talked me into. I said, "Okay, all right, Mom, I'll come back. I'll take some courses, and we'll see what happens." So I came back to Vancouver Island, and I took courses in business systems repair.
Oh, wow.
Which is repairing, and this is back when there was typewriters.
Oh, wow.
So typewriters, photocopiers, calculators, the kind that they used to have in the stores. And I took that course. I passed it. I was no genius at it, but I passed it. And then I took another course on, dishwashers and all of that kind of stuff.
Right.
And this was basically to appease my mom.
Yeah.
And
that's all so far away from music.
Yeah, it is. But this is what I did. And once I completed that, I got a job doing that very trade. And I really didn't like it at all.
Yeah.
And I got another job. Do you remember those Czechs hockey games they had in the bars there for a while with the big domes and that?
Yeah.
I was the guy that would come in and replace the broken man. And I did that for a little while. Then I got a job fixing vacuum cleaners at the vacuum factory.
Oh.
But all of the while,
Were you still playing then?
Yeah, I was still playing.
Sure.
But I finally got to the point where I said, I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
This is not me.
Yeah.
And I basically, if I can't, so I mean, this is probably close to when you and I met, and I started working music retail.
Right.
And then
teaching.
It branched into teaching, which was a godsend because you could make decent money doing it. And I taught for almost 28 years.
Right. And did you recently tell me you just retired from it as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you taught in all of the major music stores in Victoria, for sure.
Yeah, well, after, half dozen years, they get sick of you. Actually, you talked me into coming from another place. And
to Long and McQuaid. You came to us.
13 years.
Yeah, right. That's a good run. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I finished it off at Tom Lee. And for various reasons, I thought it's time to, let that go.
Yeah.
And because then just play music the way I wanted to in the beginning.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and I'm still doing it.
Now, when you were teaching, like I think every teacher has kind of a philosophy, looking at it from going beyond the teaching them how to play scales or chords and songs. Did you have a philosophy behind what you wanted to relay to the student? Or was it just the chords and bring me a song and I'll teach you how to play it? Anything deeper than that?
Well, yeah, I would say yes, deeper. I developed an ability, I guess I would call it. I could kind of sense a person's personality pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And I knew what would generally work with them. And I would get some troubled kids, and the parents liked me because I could kind of relate to them, and help them a little bit. Yeah. I had some OCD kids and that kind of stuff, and it can be pretty frustrating.
Well, I think any kind of teaching, whether it's teaching math in school or anything, there's some challenging students out there. You got to learn how to
and you have to you cannot. If you're a hothead and you lose your your
cool, basically.
You're cool quickly.
Yeah,
it's not for you.
No,
you have to it has to stay mellow.
Anything to do with in business of dealing with customers, as you know, I was at Long McQuaid for many years, and you meet all kinds of different people.
Yeah.
And you just have to not let people get to you, because there's going to be somebody come in at some point in time that's being completely unreasonable, but you just got to go bite the bullet and go, I'm just not going to let this get to me. And
otherwise it's not the job for you.
Exactly.
Yeah. Dealing with the public, dealing with one-on-one with students. Yeah. If you can't find a sort of a way to bridge the relationship, in a good way,
might want to
probably shouldn't be doing that.
Go fix vacuums and stuff.
Well, because they don't talk back, right?
Exactly. Now, did you have any students that you taught that went off to become a fairly well-known name, or take up playing music and did very well making a living at it?
Well, I've had some students that have astounded me with their talent.
Yeah.
I've got one that comes to mind right now, and he plays things on guitar that there's no way I could catch up to him now.
Right.
And I'm pretty proud of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, again, going back to when I was in Law McQuaid, I swear younger people today are more advanced than we were when I was young, because I would see some kids coming in very, very young, just playing unbelievably well.
Well, they've also got YouTube and all of these things where they just show you, and if you sit down with it for a little while, you can learn a lot. Yeah. And we didn't have that.
No, we didn't. No, it was either just a book or you go and talk to a teacher.
That's right. And back then, this probably leads us into a different area, but there was two things, and it was with my mom. It was sports or music. Pick one. Yeah. And then you're going to do it. Yeah. Right? Yep. And now it's
all over the place.
Completely different world.
Totally. Yeah. So tell us about your most recent band, Don Peterson and the Tone Rangers. You've got some amazing people in that band: Tom Lang, Gavin Dixon, Don Restel on drums. How did that come about, and how's it going?
It came about because Gavin was playing with Donnie at his place, and I'd been doing mostly duo stuff lately,
right?
But and then the odd gig with a quartet or something. But they called me and said, "Hey, why don't you just come over here and jam?" I wasn't, I had a lot of free time.
Yeah.
And also, he lived 5 minutes from my house.
Perfect.
Yeah. So, yeah, sure, I'll come over. And we just started doing that, learning tunes that we like.
Yeah.
And it went from there.
Yeah, right.
And then I harassed Tom.
Tom Lang?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Because Tom Lang's in the band, and he's a super talented guy. He plays keyboards in your band.
Yeah. And
in his own band, Tom Lang Band, he plays mostly guitar, a little bit of fiddle, and writes 99% of his set list.
He is in the Tone Rangers, and I've told him this, and this is, we all make our own decisions. I said, you're welcome to play guitar.
You're right.
And but he wants to. He said, I want to practice my keys.
Yeah, right.
And okay, well, and by the way, keyboard players are hard to find.
Yeah, right.
There's only a few that I know of that play around Victoria. There's a handful.
Yep,
right.
That's true. That's very true. Yeah.
So
I know bass players have always been in fairly big demand, and keyboard players. Yeah. A lot of guitar players.
And everybody sings.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which is great.
So when you put together a set list, for the Tone Rangers, I'm thinking, how do you come to figure out what songs? Because I'm sure you have some favorite songs. You got to have some favorite songs for the audience. You got 3 or 4 other people in the band. You got to appease.
Yeah.
So how do you?
And that's the key right there, because in this group everybody sings.
Right.
So Donnie behind the drums is going to want to sing a couple of his tunes. Yeah. It's quite easy. You just be fair, and everybody gets 2 or 3 or songs. Mm-hmm. And at the Roots Festival, that's one set, right?
Yeah.
That's like 1 hour, basically.
Well, you had people dancing the whole time.
Well, that's the idea.
Yeah. And like you say, everybody sang a little bit.
Yeah.
And it was a very, very good show, yeah. That's a great festival.
Yeah, it is. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's a yearly thing, and going blank on who puts it on.
Jazz Society.
Yeah.
Daryl Marr.
Daryl Marr, yeah. Yeah, he puts in a lot of work every year.
Yeah, he does, and he's always been good to me.
Yeah. So we're almost finished on a couple more things. After decades of playing and teaching and performing on cruise ships,
You still haven't got it right.
No, that's not what I was going to say. And from lessons, starting at lessons, what are you most proud of your career in music?
You mean whether live music or teaching?
Yeah, what you look back and go, you know what? I'm really glad I did that. I'm really proud of that. Now, it could be a lot of things. It doesn't have to be just one.
It can't be just one.
No.
I'm proud that I'm still writing original music,
right, and
recording it.
Yeah.
And I'm not looking for the big payday because it's probably not there, but that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm doing okay in that area. The teaching, for a couple of reasons, the teaching made it possible to, own a home.
Yeah, right.
Own a car.
Yeah.
Feed yourself.
Buy a few guitars and whatnot.
These sort of things, just like a real person, right?
Yep.
And so, but the teaching also, you learn a lot about yourself when you're dealing with a dozen different personalities every day.
Yeah.
And you have to make this work, and then you get the next student that comes in is a completely different person.
Yeah.
And you have to be able to make that work.
Yeah, right.
So I'm proud of being able to do that.
Yeah. How did you deal with students that you come in and they didn't practice? Did you have any magic things you could kind of encourage them to practice the following week?
Well,
because I know that must happen.
I do remember one negative thing that happened is the kid came in, and I said, okay, let's go over there's 2 solos in this song. He wants to be a lead guitar player. Let's go over the first solo. And he's like, no, I just want to work on the second one.
Oh, really?
I said, well, I want to hear you play the first one. Well, no, I'm not doing it. Oh. And I said, well, and why you haven't learned it, have you?
Yeah, right.
And he said, no, I was skiing.
Oh, no.
And he was attitude.
Right. That's a tough one to work
it's
with.
a tough one.
Yeah.
And then he started mouthing off at me, and I said, okay, get your stuff and get out.
Yeah.
I'm not teaching you anymore.
Yeah, right.
And that was the only time that happened.
But sometimes I guess you got to do that.
And the mom came in and started screaming at me and said, you can't talk to my son like that. And I said, I did, and I'm talking to you like that too.
Yeah, right.
And then they went to you, and you called me in, and we talked about it.
Yeah.
And you were aware that these people were a problem because they'd had complaints from other teachers.
Yeah.
So that's the only time out of all of those, like 28 years, that I almost lost my cool.
I guess, what just popped in my head while you were talking, I don't know why, but there's a lot of really positive things about teaching too. I remember you told me one time, I think it was when you were teaching at Law McQuaid, you were playing guitar in your room, just waiting for the next student, I guess, in between students. And the great guitarist, Greg Kosh,
yeah,
popped his head in.
Yeah.
We were doing a clinic with him at the store that evening.
That's right.
And he was over at the lesson center. And did he sit down and...
Yeah, he came in. He heard the guitar playing because I had my door open. I was there early, if you can imagine such a thing.
Yeah.
And in comes Greg Koch, and I recognized him right away. And I said, wow, come on in.
He's hard to miss. He's
I had
big.
2 guitars, and we jammed for about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And every time I did something I thought was pretty spectacular, he did something that was just a bit more spectacular.
Yeah, I bet.
He was so good.
He's unbelievable.
I've met him now 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, I have too. At the NAM, I talked to him a couple times. And, of course, when he came up to do the workshop, chatted a lot. And super nice guy.
Yeah, and he's a super funny guy too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very funny.
And so, he's a real A-lister.
Totally.
Lead guitar player.
Yeah. Well, Donnie, we're almost finished. Just a couple of quick things. Thank you for coming down.
No problem. It's fun.
Yeah, I enjoy.
And this is a nice place.
This is fantastic.
Yeah.
This is the House of Al, downtown Victoria. Basically, in a nutshell, there's 80 studios that artists rent. And there's a recording studio, there's a podcast room, there's photographers, editing room, audio room, and all of the artists help each other if needed. Yeah. And it's just fabulous place.
I'm really impressed with it.
Me too. I've been here as a member and doing the podcast for about a year now, and it's a great place to work.
Yeah.
I love it. But most of all, I love sitting talking music. Yeah. So thanks for coming down.
No problem.
But before we go, do you have a website or anything where people can look you up and see where you're playing, things like that?
Well, I put everything up on, it's not called Facebook anymore, is it? But,
no. I call it Facebook.
I do promote gigs on there, and I've got Don Peterson Music is an offshoot of that. And I do have a website.
Yeah.
And I just put it up, and what is it? It might be Don Peterson's.
Oh, okay.
I should have looked at that first.
I'll look it up, and we'll post it so our viewers can look you up and see what's going on.
Yeah. I might have to call Tom Watson. He did it for me.
Okay. Yeah. Any projects you can think of that you want to mention, or just ongoing kind of
for
things?
me?
Yeah.
Well. The musical projects are the duo. Fast Forward, we still have playing. This has been going for.
No, did you switch and it's you and Tom Lang now, or
well,
Kelly's still there?
Yeah, me and Kelly are still pals.
Oh, okay.
We're still friends.
Yeah,
he's a extremely talented guy.
He is, yeah,
and an extremely busy guy.
Yeah,
and that's why I had to get a sub.
Yeah,
and Tom's busy.
Yep. Yeah,
and I got a sub busy for him. So this is how it goes. The music business is different now.
Yeah,
because during COVID, and maybe this will be the last thing I say. During COVID, a lot of places went out of business.
Yes, they did.
That had live music.
Yeah, they did.
And I think it's about 40%.
Or just stopped doing it. Yeah, Vista 18's still here, but they stopped music.
Yeah, they stopped the music, or the place went right out of business.
Yeah.
And so let's say it's 40% less places for musicians to play.
Probably
there's still 100% of musicians left.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right? So it's a little bit more dog eat dog, and people have to wear many different hats.
Yep.
They got, like, Tom's in 3 or 4 bands. Kelly's he has all kinds of different projects that he's doing, and if you want to be a working musician, you almost have to do that.
You do, I think, to make a living for sure.
Yeah, and so I've got my duo. I play some country band. I get some country gigs as a hired guitar player. Sure. I've got my Tone Rangers. I have a few things on the go.
I've seen your duo as well, and it's excellent.
Yeah.
I love it.
Well, thank you.
And I've seen it with Kelly and with Tom.
Yeah.
Both duos are fantastic. So
yeah, but completely different.
Very different. Yeah. Well, thanks, Donnie, for coming down.
No
I appreciate
problem at all. It was great. Great fun.
And thank you, everyone who tuned in to watch the show. There are more episodes on the way, so stay tuned.